through a whole series.
Especially because now that we enter set number 3, as you've mentioned in the past, a lot of times in these best of 3 crew battles, it's usually 2-0s and 0-2s. We don't see too many set 3s even at this level. The adaptivity coming into play here means that we get to really see a test of who has the stamina for a matchup like this, who has it in them to outlast their opponent. It is not going to be easy. We've seen adaptivity from Iona here. We'll see if Penn State Behrend can come up with a different game plan. But I harken back to something I mentioned at the end of that previous series, which was the explosiveness of Iona's lineup. They found their windows this game. They found their footing. You saw the momentum change because of it. And that momentum, as you mentioned, it's a scary thing, especially in the playoffs. One hot hand can win you a game, and now that's all either of these teams need to advance to the next round of the playoffs.
One hot hand. That's what's scary. Because you know right here, every player has lived up to their, I don't want to say potential, like they've obviously always got room to grow, but like right here, right now, they've played the hottest that they're probably going to play all night. And then if you lose, you know, if I was just playing like I was 10 minutes ago, we'd have won. We would be 3 stocks ahead. We'd be 4 stocks ahead. Instead, I'm playing like I was 40 minutes ago. And that's not good. That's what's scary. Because you don't want to burn out. You don't want to lose that little edge you had. And now, as we're seeing a rerun of what happened last time, Enrique the Pigeon taking on Trollery, I find myself a tiny little bit scared. Trollery needs to demonstrate that they can overcome this overwhelming force that seemingly came out of nowhere that is Enrique if Penn State Behrend wants to stay in this.
Game number 3, or series number 3 of this best of 3 crew battle about to be underway. And like you said, the rematch from round 2 about to start. Trollery versus Enrique. And the winner of these crew battles is on to the next round. Enrique, in that previous matchup against Trollery, they've caught them out a couple of times, be it in the air with some specials, or in that previous match, they did a very good job of not allowing Trollery much time to set up their combos. But now Trollery is the one finding the combo game. 73, make that 108, and this Pac-Man has yet to be scratched.
But Trollery's not doing too okay. 50% on the board, and now you're in an edge trap situation. We're able to recover, key in hand, drops down the hydrant, and at this point any of those big fruits will kill, and the bell regrab, you know that's Trollery's bread and butter. But Enrique's doing a much better job interacting with the hydrant than we saw last time. It's not being Trollery's win condition like we saw before, but yanked, thrown off stage. Now another ledge trap situation. Avoids it though with the air dodge on stage, and now bouncing right back in using Pac-Man's own trampoline. Trollery maintains control, but Enrique is not giving up this stock.
It's at least 2 different ways that Enrique has found a way around that difficult ledge scenario. They will fall eventually to the hydrant, bouncing around, they downbeat into it, and now the combo game. Again, another chance here for Trollery to rack up the damage. 46 dealt off that one combo. Kickflip in will help deal some damage to Trollery, but it's only 80% here. Enrique is going to need something more. Hanging out underneath this platform, but they don't quite get rid of the hydrant this time around. The landing aerial gets grabbed as well. Trollery is scouting some of these landings. Maybe an opportunity for them to use their own projectile against them, but only one hit will only do a little bit of damage here. Wow, so many hitboxes there, and it will eventually fight through into Trollery to do some damage. But now with both players in the red, we're at the turning point of this first game.
Burning Knuckle has led to this disadvantage, and it might just be the thing to get Enrique out of it as they're trying to close the distance, but Power Dunk gets the grab. Trollery's going for the edge guard, but you gotta be wary of those tippy toes. Terry is so hard to deal with when you're doing the input recovery, and now Bell lands, goes in for the grab, can't get it, and now with this counter hit, Enrique is off stage again.
Good weave around there. That hydrant was surely to connect. They're able to snap to the ledge, the upbeat, the distance. Enrique knows it perfectly, but he gets back aired here as well. He's all the way up to 160. He's doing a good job of surviving, but he somehow cannot find this kill. Speaking of, Bell connects and they don't get the stock. Eventually, that down B will kill Trollery. Off the top they go. And the apple bouncing on the platform catches Enrique jumping at center stage. It's a 2-1 stock lead for Penn State Behrend.
Enrique getting some conversions, but it's not over yet. His Troller is trying to play elusive, but they're so aware that a single jab will be 60%, 90% dead. And so Troller plays up high, where Enrique has to commit to an up B if they want to burst him down. And Enrique is going for power dunks, but it's not high enough. Trollery staying well and away from danger, but finally Enrique gets in. Can they get a finisher here? No! The jump air dodge back onto stage. The level 9 CPU special, and Trollery stays in this.
Down tilt at the ledge will knock Trollery off as well. Not much Enrique can do about it though. Go online, Buster Wolf up high, and they are done for. Stock number 2 off the board. It's a 1 stock game yet again, but Go is online for Enrique. Look at all the damage they're racking up. 43 off of that 1 interaction. Power Geyser doesn't land here. The Bell threatening as well as the Hydrant, but neither one connecting here. Trollery does not want to give up a 3-1 stock lead that they had. The down B will fight through. Trollery's done a very good job throughout this game of catching Enrique's landings, especially on moves like the down B. But the kick flip in is a mix-up, a different spacing, and they do die off the top to Power Geyser and the blue into the sky. Enrique steals game 1.
What a comeback as Enrique makes the same magic happen that we saw in game 2, but not nearly the same arc. I mean, if you just look at the storyline, it's like, oh, Enrique beat Trollery 2-1 again. Oh, that's pretty simple. But no, that was fantastic stuff right there. The fact that Enrique was able to bring that back, leverage Go, and catch Trollery where they least expected it. I talked the entire middle of that game about Trollery was playing up in the air, floating above, where Enrique didn't have the burst to reach them. As soon as Enrique was above 100%, the burst came online in the form of that Power Geyser, which took the stock when Trollery was trying to set up the fire hydrant. Amazing awareness, holding on, and now Enrique puts Iona in a very good position.
Power Geyser had not hit the entirety of this series. That was the first time it connected onto the opponent. And it killed at, 60-something? They weren't at 70 quite yet, but in that 10% window, they catch Trollery up high, and it takes the stock and takes away the first member of Penn State Behrend. But we see the nest locked in for round number 2, which tells us Aries is stepping back into the ring, trying to tie things back up. But whoever has grabbed this early stock, or at least grabbed game number 1, has held on to win the series. Aries trying to rewrite that storyline here. We go back to PS2.
It all starts with not dropping this stock to Enrique that you did in game 2. Enrique did not make it easy to not drop the stock, but ultimately you get jabbed 1 too many times. I mean, if you get jabbed 3 times by Terry, you should lose your stock. And Enrique has been definitely demonstrating that here. Very good awareness when to use that up B as the burst. But this is Aries' opportunity. They can't really get anything big so far, though.
Ooh, turned around the grab, and that was the opportunity for Aries to potentially catch Enrique in a difficult spot. And that means Enrique gets to survive again. They didn't live as long last time they played against Aries, but it was still well above 100. Speaking of, Go online now. Down B will actually spike Aries back and forth across the stage. 105 to 107 here, and you love the kill power of Terry. Power Geyser's now 2 for 2 on taking stocks, and Aries drops that one.
And now, Power Geyser in, Go is online, could combo off of it, but here they go, putting on some good pressure. Up air, though, interrupts the momentum, and if that's the stock, Aries is going to be mighty happy about it, but no, it's Enrique back on stage. Can they get more? Is there more gas in the tank? It looks like it might be, Soy.
Power Geyser nearly connected again, but the air dodge around was perfect, and Aries escapes with a forward tilt KO, and down goes the first member of Iona.
Ooh. I am a little bit hesitant to be happy for Iona because they are in the exact same spot they were where they won. But a lot of that was off of Lofts having an amazing performance right here. A performance that's going to be very difficult to replicate. I'm a little bit hesitant about putting Lofts in right here. I feel like it's not a bad pick. Not a bad matchup. Like I was talking about last time, a lot of opportunities to mess with the recovery, a lot of opportunities to get big combos. But Lofts right now who needs to prove to me that they can bring back that fire, that hot hand that you were talking about, because otherwise this is going to be difficult for Iona if Lofts goes down and it falls to Pato to clean things up, because that's exactly what we saw in the game one, and you don't want to be repeating history. You want to keep things on your timeline.
And remember, too, in that previous series, while Lofts did take a ton of stocks, they had a 3-2 lead on Ares, and Ares very quickly made it a tie game in terms of stock counts. I think it was about 130-20 by the time that stock comes off the board. And so this is a very close matchup. There was a lot that didn't work initially for Lofts on the Mario, which is why we are now seeing the switch here to the DLC, Pyramithra making its first appearance in this series.
Lofts going in, trying to leverage the range here against this Ness, and this is where I am a little scared. Aegis is kind of a swingy character, but, well, if you're gonna keep it swinging your way, keep the swings Ares way minimal at best, then maybe Lofts can make this happen. Dash attacks right back in after avoiding that, and ooh, I'm loving this opportunity right here. Goes over to the Pyra, already down air up smash. You know, you see so many people go for that Soy, and so many people don't land it. But Lofts, well, we talked about their consistency before, and it doesn't feel like Ares is ready for this tempo.
They've warmed up and they're ready. We talked about it. The swingy characters, Pyra and Mithra, and the way Lofts was swinging earlier fits their style perfectly. And in a matchup like this, Ness traditionally struggles against Sword. It's a tough matchup for Ares to now try and overcome, and they've got to find something, some momentum back here to stem the bleeding. 106 right now into Lofts, but they've got all the control, and they are out for blood, swinging with the Pyra. Now back to Mithra here. They air dodge around. Down smash will knock Ares away again, and now back to Pyra. Look for a stock here. 86% is kill range for Pyra, especially onto Ness. They're looking for the KO, but they'll find a side B instead, knocking Ness off stage. Ares tries to get back with the up air, and it is ill-advised. Up B will kill, and it's a 3-stock lead for the Iona Gales.
Iona on the precipice, the biggest lead they've ever had right here, and now they've just got to bring it all home. Run through Cray, and you have your ticket to the semifinals. Now, Cray's no pushover, but this is a magnificent adaptation, specifically from Lofts, that I want to call out right here. Because if you look at Ares' playstyle, there's one thing Ares wants to do more than anything in the world, and that's hit you until you die. And Ares would do anything to get that hit. Go off stage, drop through platforms, go right on top of you with aerials over and over again. Ares was the aggressive one, and Lofts called it out hard here as they showed remarkable awareness, remarkable adaptation, calling out every drop through platform, calling out every jump, as now Cray has to deal with this warmed up Aegis who he's never fought before. Can he do it, Soy? Time will tell.
Joker versus Pyramithra, although very frequent characters, I feel like we never really get to see them against each other at this level. So I'm interested to see how this one paces out here. Cray needs to find a way to not only take all three of these stocks, but he then needs to shut down the third and final member of Iona afterwards. Got to give yourself a chance here. One player at a time, one stock at a time here. But it is a long road back now for Penn State Behrend. Iona trying to lock this game up here. And now we get to see if Lofts can continue their pop-off game here from set number 2 into set number 3. Iona versus Penn State Behrend. Cray, the last hope for Penn State, goes to small battlefield.
And Cray Cray getting right into it. No taunt for you, my friend. It is straight to the action. Nair will be the opening move. Just getting a little bit of damage, but neither of these characters have the biggest extensions. It's all about holding advantage state, holding control of neutral, and that's what Lost is going to be trying to do right here with all of these juggle situations, forcing 50-50s, and now they're all ready to the Pyra.
Such a fast-paced matchup here, and already so much damage racked onto Cray. Lost now holds center stage, but they whiff on the forward smash, and now with Arsene online, Cray might find an opportunity. Clanking there, the down air ever threatening, and the space that Pyra covers just so damaging for Cray. Can't easily get in here. They'll do some damage with guns, but they will be punished by the splash hitbox of that up B. So much range here. Cray gotta be careful now, holding onto that platform, but they will die to the up B again. It's Lost coming through in the clutch.
The longest up B connect I've ever seen, and Lofts is going in for even more conversions. Lofts loves running off platforms with an aerial. I mean, if there's a signature move, it's gotta be that. Lofts has extended so many combos with that diagonal burst of movement, it's insane. As they just did it right there to pressure the shield safely, and they've gotten an opening off of it too. Cray is getting hits here or there, but Lofts is showing amazing momentum. This is Iona's game to win.
Arsene online here. Maybe they can find a way to answer back, but they get down air into up smash, and Arsene is gone. They died at 50 to that down air up smash. Lofts sitting at 103, and the Gales are looking mighty fine at this point right now. Cray, though, will find the drag down into the forward smash, so another stock off the board, but he needs so much more here, and Lofts already has stage control.
Ooh, Lofts putting in some serious damage. 45%, the full Aegis combo, and they get the dash check too. Another edge guard situation. Tries to extend their hitbox, but forward smash, an opportunity for an edge guard right here on the Mithra, but they up behind. Cray covers though, remarkable awareness.
The back air was also good. Oh, but they get caught here, and they nearly die at the bottom. Good reaction, but now things get scary here. Cray has the momentum, but he knows that one mistake could likely mean his stock and the end of the playoff run for Penn State. He gets grabbed instead. Pyra with Rage can also kill Cray here. This is where things get dangerous around the ledge once more. The neutral Bs have not landed here for Lofts, but he's trying to mix up the pacing just a little bit. Now another grab, forward throw off stage. Cray, what a Rebels guard to survive. That was everything. That was the stock. And speaking of, there it is. The down smash at the ledge will catch, and Lost will send Iona to the next round of the postseason.